The top stories. UE student numbers down nearly 30%. The Chief Justice wants action to end court gridlock. And the Windies win in St Vincent. Welcome to Nation News for Tuesday, September the 9th, 2014.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News, your time, your way.
The final numbers are in, finally, and the Cape Phil campus is reporting a 28% drop in student registrations. 6,229 graduates and undergraduates are on the roll compared to 8,713 last school year. There's also been a 34% drop in new student registrations, although graduate numbers are expected to rise. In response to speculation about the future of some courses because of the lower numbers, Campus Registrar Ken Walters, who delivered the numbers, said the university will continue to monitor the situation.
Questions are always asked about how we're going to manage the process of reductions. We're in a mode of review, constant review. In fact, yesterday the principal said we're going to meet every week basically to look and see how we can manage this process because we cannot leave it to the end of a semester to make a determination. And therefore, we're asking the deans and the heads of the various departments to constantly review what they have to do in terms of courses, programs, so that we're responding to a particular situation.
Before a serious criminal case goes to the Supreme Court, there is a preliminary inquiry before a magistrate to decide whether there is sufficient evidence for the accused to go to trial. Now, according to the Chief Justice Sir Marston Gibson, that process is contributing to a heavy backlog of cases waiting to be heard. Speaking at the start of the new legal year on Monday, Sir Marston said he wanted legislation passed as soon as possible to abolish preliminary inquiries. Jamaica has passed a law to do away with them, while the Trinidad and Tobago Chief Justice wants to do the same. Sir Marston also said the use of alternative dispute resolution, that's resolving a dispute without resort to litigation, could also help to clear the backlog. The start of the legal term was marked by a parade and church service. Police say they have held a second man in connection with the fatal stabbing of Darren Brown at Oistins at the end of last month. Cadian Romain Chase of Silver Hill Christchurch appeared in court on Monday charged with the murder of Mr. Brown. Police say the second man is in custody assisting with their investigations. It was a sea of lilac in the sanctuary of the Abundant Life Assembly on Bank Hall as family and friends said goodbye to Carol Ann Branker, a senior executive of Brankers and Fontebelle. She was known in horticultural circles where she was very active as the Lilac Lady. Carol Ann Branker died at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital just over a week ago after a brief illness. When the latest batch of Justices of the Peace were sworn in last month, Ricardo Williams was ill and unable to attend the ceremony. But the 63-year-old former professional footballer got his turn when he was sworn in by Governor General Sir Elliot Belgrave in a short ceremony at Government House. The Calypsonian known as Contone is due back in a magistrate's court next Tuesday when the court will determine whether he has been accepted for entry into a drug rehabilitation facility. Contone, real name Derek Anderson Brathwaite, is facing sentencing on charges of entering a house without permission and theft. The singer of the 2006 crop over hit, "My Car Broke Down," told the court that he needed help for cocaine and alcohol abuse and would be entering Verdun House in St John. But the court needed proof and adjourned the case for a week. More on this story in the Midweek Nation.
School has resumed or started for hundreds of children at the primary and secondary level. For many at the tertiary stage, including some who are on the verge of graduating, it has come to an abrupt halt. Now they have to pay. We are facing a harsh reality. Free education as we know it is coming to an end. Now is the time for parents, guardians, and teachers of children at the primary and secondary level to recommit to the education of their charges. It is also extremely critical that you children also commit to your education. Don't waste time at school. Pay attention in class. Put in the extra time after school. Form study groups and help each other if you can't afford lessons. If you squander the opportunity you have now, you could pay dearly later.
In sport, the West Indies duly completed a 10-wicket victory over Bangladesh early on the final morning of the opening cricket test at Arnoldsville in St Vincent. Kumar Roat grabbed 4 for 64 to lead the way as the visitors were dismissed for 314. West Indies scored the 13 runs needed for victory, which came 40 minutes before lunch. Craig Brathwaite earned the Man of the Match award for his first innings double century. And finally, talk about sexist sharks. Sharks are 9 times more likely to kill men than women, according to new research, which has left experts baffled. A study of unprovoked shark attacks shows men were targeted in 84% of incidents, and men were victims of 89% of all fatal shark attacks. The report's author, Professor Darrell McPhee of Bond University in Queensland, said the findings were so surprising that researchers had to double-check the results. He said more men take part in water sports, such as surfing, which might account for the results. And that's Nation News for Tuesday. For more, log on to our website, nationnews.com, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And of course, get your Midweek Nation on Wednesday.